All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good Tuesday morning. We get up one more time. We've been blessed to see another day. And I get the chance to share some words of inspiration and encouragement with you. I want to start out this morning by saying to all of you who may be wondering, what in the world is going on with her YouTube lives? Well, I want to share that right quick before I get into my words of encouragement. YouTube made some changes, and so now it's having some difficulties with holding my broadcasting system. But we're really working hard, especially my technical director, to try to see what do we have to do or need to do to start to get it to hold it. Because we're doing everything that we know to do. And I've also been working with the Geek Squad and calling them and having them to come in and try to work on things remotely. And for some reason, just haven't figured it out yet. But what we are doing at this moment, even when we come on live, and because we know there's a possibility that it won't hold, we are recording every conversation that we're having on Zoom, because that's what you have to connect with when you connect with the broadcasting system. So we record it, we then have to upload it so that you can see what you may have missed. But my deepest apologies for this. But I have you to know we are doing our best to make sure that you are able to see and still get a glimpse at and be able to view what actually took place on the podcast. So please accept my apology at this time. I'm not a technical person, so I have to depend on other people. And Jackie is doing her best, and she has years of experience with IBM. But you know, things change, and so what it is we're just having to maneuver some things. But we did get the interview up on last night. We uploaded it. And so if you want to go out and look at our conversation with the candidate from last night, Reverend King, who's running for Galveston County Judge, feel free to go out and look at it on both this page and my other page, Electra James, as well as it's out there on my YouTube channel. So again, before I move on, I want to tell all of you, I appreciate your patience with me. I appreciate the fact that you guys give me time, your time, because it's precious, and that you support Electra James platform. I really appreciate that because you don't have to do it, okay? Again, I thank you, thank you, thank you. So this morning, this is going to lead into what I'm going to be talking about this morning. I say to you, as I say to myself, don't be discouraged. You gotta push past your discouragement. You must push past your discouragement. You know why? Because somebody's watching you. Somebody is watching you. So you have to push back. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. If you're going to get to the other side of that situation in your life, you got to keep pushing past your discouragement. When I talk about the podcast and the things that happen, I'm not going to say it's not discouraging, but I have to push past it. You know why? Because you will never reach the goal of getting done what you set out to do. Don't you know every time you do something, it's always going to be some roadblocks. It's some things that you're going to have to push past. It's just that way because that is life. You're gonna have to push past people not believing in you. You gotta push past that. You cannot sit down on the sideline and become discouraged, because discouragement will take over you and you won't get anything done. Not anything. So you have hopes and dreams in life. If you've taken a seat, get back up. Because here's the thing. Somebody keeps going because they see you. Somebody has not thrown in the towel because they're watching you. Somebody, listen to me close, are making decisions right now about life, and they decided to make the best decision because they've been watching you. You are a glimpse of hope for so many people that you don't even know. Let me say that again. You are a glimpse of hope for somebody, multiple people that you will never meet in your life. And the only reason why they keep hanging on and pushing past their discouragement is because they're watching you overcome yours. They watch you fall, but they see you get back up. You understand what I'm saying? They watching you fall, but they also see you getting back up. You're not just staying there and waddling in the mud. Let me tell you something. When I get on to social media, I am thankful. I don't care if I got one person. One. I still have somebody that's showing interest in what I'm offering. But see, at the end of the day, God sent that person. God sent that person. And I'm grateful for it. You know why? Because any gift that God gives you is good. So you are good. You might be that one gift in your life to yourself. And God gives good and perfect gifts, right? So that means you being given yourself over to other people to let people have a glimpse into your life. You are a good and a perfect gift from God. You are. I am. God never said that we have to put on any airs for him. I'm so glad that he is who he is. I'm so excited about the fact that I have God in my life, that he's not measuring me up, whether he's going to like me because I did do this, or he's going to give up on me because I didn't do that, but he loves me with agape type love. And that's the way that we got to learn to love one another. Because when you learn how to love one another, you learn how to respect one another. And when you learn how to respect one another, you learn how to believe in one another. And when you learn how to believe in one another, you learn how to walk with one another. You learn how to talk with one another. You learn how to encourage one another. That's what happens when you push past your discouragement, because somebody is watching you. Somebody's hanging in there. Somebody's only hanging in there because they're watching you. So you have to watch yourself wanting to always give up. Don't give up, because the better prize, the greater prize is on the other side of your situation. Let me say that again. Whatever you're going to, okay, if it's medical, financial, your kids, your spouse, whatever it might be, let me tell you something. Your prize is on the other side, because you're going to be greater when you get on the other side of your discouragement. You know why? Because you will have learned something in your failure. See, this is I'm going to tell you something. We don't like failure, but failure is what helps you to grow. If you never fail, you never learn how to get back up. Failure has its purpose too. But you got to learn how to get back up. See, it's some people that long time ago, I want to reverse a little bit. My daughter sent me a message that was sent in a group that they have called their cousin group. And one of the cousins sent this song and said, this is a song that Aunt Letra used to sing. And the song said, they said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. They said I never amount to anything. But here I am today, and I'm on my way, getting better and better, more and more each day. And another one of my nieces said it brought tears to her eyes because when she thought about how Aunt Letra, she imagined me singing that song, that vision of me singing that song. But what they didn't know, when I was singing that song, yeah, I was younger than I am now. But I used to sing that song all the time because that was my life. And I was singing my way through because people did say I would never amount to anything. You understand what I'm saying? People said that. But I'm on my way. And I'm doing more and more each day. They said I wouldn't make it. They said that. They said that. And when I saw that message from my daughter, I never knew the impact that it had on my nieces. You know why? Because they were watching me. And they know and knew then my story. They were watching me go through some things. And today, I'm on my way. And I'm getting better more and more each day. See, it's a lot of people said you wasn't going to make it. It's a lot of people right now say you're not going to be anything. It's a lot of people saying that. But say, God say, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. See that little girl right there? That young woman right there? I'm in charge of her life. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to raise her up. You see that young man that y'all threw in the towel on, that you did everything to try to destroy him? Guess what? I got some things for him. I'm going to do some stuff with his life. I'm going to raise him up. He going to have a testimony. See, put yourself there. Whether you woman, a man, a boy, or a girl. Put yourself in that spot that God's saying, I don't care what they say about you. I own you. And you are a good and perfect gift. You know why? Because that's all I give to the lives of others. So when I made you a mother, I gave your kids a good and perfect gift. When I made you a father, I gave your kids a good and perfect gift. When I allowed you to be his spouse, I gave him a good and perfect gift. When I allowed you to have him as a spouse, I gave you to him as a good and perfect gift. But here's the situation. Here's where the problem comes in at. It's because a lot of times we don't realize how good and perfect our gifts are because not because we so good, but because God see us like that. God see you like that. God see your children like that in your life. That you are a good and perfect gift to them, and they are a good and perfect gift to you. And that is why it hurts so bad when things begin to happen in our lives with our loved ones. Because we begin to realize the gift that God gave us. The gift. It's just like being married. You don't get married In your mind say, yeah, we're going to stay married till the divorce comes. You don't get married for that. When you get married because you want to stay with that person the rest of your life. You wasn't signing up for a divorce. You was signing up for a lifelong commitment. But you know what? When some things started happening, now don't get me wrong, some situations you got to get out of it. So it's the truth. But I'm talking about this everyday stuff that takes to make marriage work. Marriage is not easy. But you got to work on that thing like that's your friend and not your enemy. And you can't let everything discourage you. You got to pull closer together and make it happen. You got to do that. Even single mothers or single fathers. You know what? You pull together with your children to make things happen. Why? Because you can't afford to sit down on the sideline and become discouraged. Because you will never get to the side of your greatness. You will never get what God intended for you to be. You won't get there if you sit there and do nothing. And you are more powerful than you know. You are more powerful. I say that to myself and I say it to you. You more powerful because you push past your discouragement. Things are going to get next to you in life. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Things will get next to you in life. But you know what? You still going to be okay. You know why? Because you're not going to give up. You will not give up. You will not give up. You're going to push past it. Just like you always have. No matter who you are. And you know what? I'm going to give you an example before I get off of here. On yesterday, I looked at my text once I got home because yesterday was a busy day. First day of college students going back to school, and I work for a college system. So, hey, you got to be there when their feet hit the ground because a lot of kids, it's their first time going to college and they scared. Every child, let me tell you, because it happened to me. When I went to college, I might be sitting with a master's degree now, but every last one, when I first started out and walked on a college campus, I was scared to death. I didn't know what to expect. First time doing that, right? But I take that as a testimony to tell young people the truth. We all been there. See, you go through things so you can build somebody else up. You don't go through things and make it through to put somebody down. But when I looked at my text yesterday, when I had a chance to sit down and check my messages, I had something on there from a nephew of mine who's attending University of Texas, San Antonio, right? He sent me this message. He said, saw this while leaving school and it reminded me of you, right? It was a plaque that he saw and it said, education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world, by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world, by Nelson Mandela. Let me tell you something. That touched my heart. Because you know what? He thought about me. I came to mind when he saw that. He simply saw a plaque and he thought immediately about me. Because I'm always pushing education. I push it on all these young people. They are our future. And let me tell you, things are going to change as we move into the future. Ford just getting ready to lay off 3,000 people because they're going to start making their cars. You know, okay, see these what you call them? Electric cars. This thing about to get big now. It's about to get big now. And many years ago, like every time I graduated from in undergraduate school, it started, but grew larger when I got into the graduate school, right? And it was a huge amount of people graduating in computer science. I mean, a huge amount. And let me tell you something. Right then and there, those are the people who are going to take those jobs, get those jobs. 3,000 people. And people say, why was they graduating with that? That's crazy. No, it wasn't. They were preparing for the future. And guess what? It's here now. And Ford not going to be the only one that's going to do that. What am I saying to you? What am I saying to you? Things play out right in front of your face that say a change is coming. A change is coming. And guess what? Don't sit back and be laughing at people, because that laughing going to catch up with you. Because the future is coming. Our future are these young people. And we need to be doing and living the best life we can in front of them, so that they can think about the important thing and focus on the important thing in life. It's okay to celebrate sometime, but you can't celebrate every weekend now. You got to save some money, because change is going to come. Yes, they are. And the thing of it is, are those who are watching you, are you being a good example? Are you leaving something with them, so that when they see a message somewhere, that they can reflect back on something you told them, or a way that you lived in front of them? Do not, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out. Do not allow your discouragement to take you down. Do not allow your being discouraged to make you take a back seat. Do not, and I need you to get this. Let no one and nobody and nothing tell you that you are not worth every gift that God has made you out to be. And because he made you, he created you, he has made you a good and a perfect gift. And if people can't see that in you, have a good life. Because I'm going to keep moving. And I might have some discouraging moments, but I'm going to keep pushing. You know why? Because you might not be watching me and getting something out of me being a part of your life, but somebody else is watching me, and more people are watching me than you are. And guess what? I'm making an impact on their life. So for that, I wish you well, but I got to keep moving, because I'm trying to get to the other side of my life situations, because I got greatness waiting on me over there. All right? Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. And remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, push past your discouragement, because somebody is watching you. All right? Bye-bye.